move into the city.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Derek Ruby Show. I am your host, the previously mentioned Mr. Ruby, and it's our second annual Halloween month. And what better way to start the month off than with a Friday the 13th the Game roadmap discussion. So just in case you guys don't know, Friday the 13th the Game has recently updated their website and they have put out a roadmap. And I applaud this decision. Because now instead of asking repeated questions about when's this coming, is this going to happen, is this going to happen, we have a roadmap that we can look at. Now so far we've already got the Spring Break DLC pack along with the emotes. And we know that we're going to get the Part 4 Jason with weather effects, as well as the Jarvis map and Virtual Cabin 2.0. Now in case you guys don't know, the Virtual Cabin is a museum to Friday the 13th the Game. It has all kinds of Easter eggs in it, and the 2.0 version is going to be bigger and better, and they've already released a trailer for that. But before we get the Virtual Cabin, we're still going to get some new counselors, new kills for Jason, as well as some new clothing. Now on the roadmap we have a jack-o'-lantern, which probably symbolizes Halloween. And after the Virtual Cabin, we're going to have offline bots. So the single player is going to be coming in different pieces. We're going to have more maps, more counselors. Then we have a snowflake that looks like it could be Christmas or winter. And we have 2 Jasons coming after that, along with single player and more maps. It looks like it's one hell of a roadmap to me. So the big question is, what Jasons are we going to be getting? Well, I personally believe that since we're getting Part 4 now, and Part 4 is an excellent movie, that we're probably going to go in order from this point on. So I would think that Roy Burns from Part 5 will be the second Jason that we'll get probably around Christmas time. Then down the road after that is probably going to be Jason X. Now the question is, what maps will we get with these Jason? Well, with Part 5 we'll probably get the Pinehurst halfway house, but Jason X, I'm not sure if we're going to get a spaceship map. I've gone over this in the past, but I just don't know if a spaceship map's going to work, at least based off the way the game is currently at this point in time. Now, they could just start the map off where you're in the spaceship and they do that holographic simulation room for the movie, and then it just turns into a generic Crystal Lake map. But that would probably make a lot of people upset. If anything, I would think the government facility that Jason X starts off in would be a much better choice. Now, I want to have a spaceship map. I just hope that they can figure out a way to make it work, because if they do, I'll be very happy. Now let's all not forget that we have a bunch of new counselors coming. Now on their website they originally said we had 2 new counselors coming, but if you look at the roadmap, we have 2 different spots that say new counselors. Counselors being plural, so I imagine we're getting a couple counselors here and a couple counselors there. Now the question is, are we going to continue the 1984 theme and possibly get Trish Jarvis as a counselor? Or are we going to get Fox from Friday the 13th Part 3? There have even been rumors floating around that we're going to get Mark from Part 2. Now the only reason that I think we're going to get maps that coordinate with the Jasons is because at PAX Gun Media said so. But they never said anything about the counselors. But I do know that they were trying to figure out who was in charge of Gloria Charles' estate so they could get a hold of Fox and put her in the game. And I don't think they've abandoned this idea, but they haven't said much about it lately. Of course, there is always a possibility that we'll just get a bunch of brand new counselors that are created from scratch. Now the other thing that I would like to speculate on is Pamela. I don't think Pamela is going to be a killer in the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was involved in a single player mode somehow. If you look at the Virtual Cabin, you do that in first person. It wouldn't be very hard for them to add a first person challenge mode with Pamela in the single player game. And I believe this would be a welcome addition by the fans. If nothing else, they could at least include her in the game in some kind of a way, so I wouldn't be surprised if she makes some kind of an appearance later on. Right now, what we do know for sure is that we're going to have Part 4, the Jarvis house, and weather effects. And that the single player mode is coming in increments. And for the physical copies of the game, we're getting the Blooded Clothing DLC. So what do you guys think? Would you like to see Pamela featured in the single player mode? Do you think we're getting Part 5 as well as Jason X in the upcoming Jasons on the roadmap? Or do you think there's other Jasons that we just don't know about? Let me know in your comments. And that is my Friday the 13th the Game roadmap discussion. So thank you guys for listening to the Derek Ruby Show, and hey, it's Halloween month. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. And as always, have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.
Jason Voorhees has been dead for years.
It's Jason Voorhees. Walking corpses are not real. Happy Friday the 13th.